win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys to unlock the door of personal excellence. Welcome. We are back again to the show that matters, the focal point of enrichment and empowerment, the Doren Makomo talk show. Mandipa, last week we were left on the edge. The show was getting hotter.
Yes, indeed, Yasha, the show was getting heated and we got fruits and also the background as well as enlightenment about Do It October, which is our mother theme for this season. I want to just recap a bit for the sake of our viewers who are joining us. Do It October, as our mother emphasized, that it was a continuation of Wisdom and Wellness. Wisdom and Wellness attacked the mind, but now it is a season of doing it. It is a season of action, like what she said, doing it. It should be an action. And also we had a subtopic, inbuilt excellence. Inbuilt excellence, we managed to dismantle the word and redefined inbuilt as well as excellence. Nyasha, what do you remember on inbuilt excellence?
What I remember is that she said that inbuilt is something that you are born with, and inborn talent, it's something that you carry inside you. And then she went on saying excellency is a process. She said that excellence is outstanding, your normal norms or the way you do your things. You are doing it in an extra mile, not the normal way that you are used to it, so that you can achieve excellence. And she also said that excellence is a habit, a day-to-day thing that we do in our lives.
I agree. And this is excellent. I'm saying I am ready to get empowered. I am ready to get enriched. So she also mentioned the two critical elements, though we managed to dwell on two of them, but we are saying there are more and we need to know more. There's a vision and self-awareness, but they also incorporated small topics like purpose, passion, emotion. So we need to know all this. So without much ado, let me introduce our esteemed mother, Pastor Doren. Welcome to the show.
Much pleasure, Mandipa, having you in this studio where we are disseminating information to the world, of which information does not matter with age. It's information for all ages. We learn until we die.
Indeed, you are dismantling information around the world. As you have said before, she is the fountain of knowledge. She is full of wisdom. Anyway, let's get into business. Mama D, last week you were talking about the critical elements of inbuilt excellency. You talked about awareness and vision. So I remember you mentioned adaptability as part of the critical elements of inbuilt excellence. Can you give us an insight of what you mean by adaptability and the terms of inbuilt excellence?
Thank you, Nyasha. What I mean by adaptability, that is the ability to adjust to change, change to any environment that is surrounding you, or change to any environment that you shift into, whether it's a new workplace or whether it's a school. I remember very well my first time going to a senior school. I was just new and my parents paid the fees for me to stay at school, to be a boarder, I had to adjust to quite a number of things, starting from food, time to wake up, the number of subjects that I was taking, doing 9 subjects from 4 subjects. Long back ago, we used to do 4 subjects at primary level. So there was quite a lot of adjustments which were needed because of the environment that I was now staying in. So that's what I mean by by adaptability. Being able to change to suit that particular environment that you are in.
Pastor D, So this means that I cannot give an excuse of environment hindering me to achieve my excellence or my inbuilt excellence. You are saying I should adapt no matter the environment that I'm in. It's not an excuse. Wow, this is deep. Most of us, we have been giving excuses. This is a new environment, new people. But now we see it's not an excuse to achieve excellence, Matnipa.
I agree with you. And they always say it isn't about the strongest creature or the intelligent creature, but it is about the creature that is able to adapt, the creature that is able to accept change. It's the one that survives.
Remember, we our subject is we're talking about excellence. So you are forced to adopt for you to attain that excellent level. Because when you want to achieve something, to achieve excellence, you must remain focused. So you must not lose focus, because you are required to adopt to suit the environment. Just like when you shift from one workplace to another workplace, there is some rules and regulations pertaining that workplace. So one needs to adjust. Maybe you are moving to a higher position where you are going to take so much responsibilities, and it requires you to be a competitive person, and being competitive means being an object of excellence. So you have to adapt to change. You have to adapt to the environment that you're working in.
It's just said you are forced to change. You are forced to adjust. Mom, I also have the question which goes like, how does one stay motivated when adjusting, when changing in that process? I agree there are many challenges, there are many hiccups, frustrations, but how does one stay motivated?
Remember, we have some reasons why we move from one place to another, and why we change the jobs. So there are some reasons as to why you are doing it. And it requires you to change. It requires you to adopt. So the set goals that you have, remember when you're shifting from one place to another, there are some set goals that you write down. I want to achieve A, B, C, D. I want to get from level A to level C. So along those steps that you've been moving from one step to another, you are forced to adopt. There's no way, there's no other way out except for you to maintain, to keep focused. So this is how we stay glued to our focus, by changing, by adopting the requirements of the environment.
It doesn't matter, it's a new place. Your motivation is your goal, is your purpose, the reason that you have, that you want to achieve excellence, that should push you. It won't stop you. Wow, this is amazing. So Pastor D, there's also the issue of set skills as a requirement for one to achieve inbuilt excellence. Can you elucidate on that? What is it that is required for someone to have inbuilt excellence? The issue of set skills.
When we look at this issue of set skills, we are looking at, remember there are two dimensions of these set skills. And we have soft skills and we have hard skills. So when we look at the set skills, the soft skills are those that we are born with. They're the talents that we have, and we work towards those talents. We put much extra effort to attain excellence, to get to a certain level of those skills. So these are the skills that we are required to, and the hard skills that we attain through training. and through work experience. So these are the two sets of the set skills. When we look at the secular world, with those people who are in the educational sector, when you look at an ECD teacher or an infant teacher, you know, there's some requirements, there's some set of skills that we look at that teacher before we involve her, before we enroll her into the field. So one is supposed to be to have patience. You know, working with infants is not so easy. They're so difficult to adjust to environments. Remember, they're used to staying at home with their parents, being spoiled. They eat anytime, they eat what they want according to their desires and their requests. But, you know, it takes a teacher who is very patient with these young kids and who has the communication skills with the kids. How do I communicate? How do I make this kid love to be at school? You know, sometimes these small kids, they start to cry, want to go back home. Mommy, come and take me. Mommy, I miss you. Mama, I want some ice cream. When there's no mommy at school. So you're supposed to have that patience with the little kids. It takes one with a long heart with these kids. And you know, when you are disseminating information to these little kids, there's a way that you do it. You must develop some art of giving them information, of making them like what you are teaching them. You know, the kids, they like painting, they like do some games. So you have to have these set skills and know how to handle, how to deal with such infants. And you know, it's now different when it comes to, like, when you are an accountant, there are also some set skills that we look at, like computer skills, administrative skills, management skills, leadership skills. Those are the skills that we look at, the set skills that we look at when we talk about the set skills.
Okay. So we are looking at, I just managed to capture patience from the example that she gave. And I can see that these critical elements complement each other. Patience, you're looking at self-introspection now. You have to be self-aware in order to know that I am patient and I am suitable for this job. On the other hand, hard skills, she gave an example of an accountant. So, Mom, how do I attain these set skills? Looking at hard skills, because they're the ones that one can attain by reaching out.
We can attain them through going to a certain level of education, go for training to higher schools, to colleges, to universities. That's where we can attain those skills.
You need to go to school. You need to do whatever you have to do to attain the set skills so that you are able to achieve inbuilt excellence. It's not about it being inside you, but it's all about you exposing yourself, looking at yourself deep inside you. Do I have patience? Am I good enough? If you're not good enough, you don't have those qualities, you go and attain them.
And when you are a working class, you need to go for refresher courses to add up yourself, to add more value to yourself, to be a competitive person.
This is deep. We are getting deeper. I can feel it. We are almost here, I guess. Pastor D, there is also the issue of growth mindset. From what you listed last week, you talked about growth mindset. What is this issue of growth mindset?
Okay. The growth mindset, can I say, is a positive mindset. One person has this mind to go broader and broader in terms of knowledge, the abilities, and the qualities. One has to work towards them, put much effort in getting involving yourself so much in your work, polishing up those areas you think I'm not doing good, I'm not all that perfect, and polishing up, attaining in introspection of attaining excellence. So those are the areas that we look at when we talk of the growth mindset. It is a mindset of those people who are always focused. They don't lose focus. They want to attain their goals, the set goals. Remember, us as Christians, when we go to church at the beginning of every year, there's this tendency of a pastor telling people, encouraging people that everyone must write down her vision, her goals that you want to attain as the year ends, as you travel, as you go along the way. So we write down our goals, we write down our visions, what we are focusing on that particular year. So each and every person will be praying and doing some action, getting into things in order to achieve those goals. So this is exactly what I'm trying to express when you talk of growth mindset.
It's not only about you having the talent. You need the set skills. You need the dedication. From what she has said, from the growth mindset, dedication, your focus on that thing. Wow, Mandifa, I don't know.
The growth mindset people, what they do? They set the time. They want to achieve their targets. They don't just work towards their targets, but they have a set time that they give themselves. By such a time, I would be at that level. I would have finished building my house, and so on and so on.
Wow. This is deep. As you said, it's getting deeper and deeper. On growth mindset, it means we are dealing with the mind. And the mind, one can have let's say, a negative mind, a poisonous mind. How can I turn, because naturally we humans are controlled by the mind. How can I turn my mind to be in a positive way? How can I turn my mind to say, I want to deal with this situation, I need to deal with it positively, and I need to focus? How can I do it?
As I said earlier on, that every time a person has a target, is targeting for something. A growth mindset always keep track. I remember very well when I was still at school, I was a sports lady and used to do some relays. When you're doing some relays, you're supposed to keep in your track. When you go out of your track, you are disqualified. So you are supposed to keep focused on your track. So this is how we are supposed to be doing as a growth mindset person, keeping focus. It helps us to build that positivity. So when you don't keep focus, you have this tendency of being very negative with life. And also other people, they develop the negative mindset because of some failures, failing to achieve what a particular person has been looking forward to. So it might be a contributing factor as well to developing this negative mindset. So we have to deal with the negative mindset. Always be positive. Even if you feel you didn't perform well, remain positive.
Remain positive. Remain positive. You may get tired along the way. As she said, the road is not always smooth. It's bumpy. There are potholes, as she had mentioned. But you don't get tired. You are motivated by your purpose and your vision. As you see that these critical elements, they're intertwined. We are just going round and round and then being involved in this. Pastor D, You also mentioned something about self-accountability. From my own experience and exposure to knowledge, I've only heard about someone being accountable to others or to your possessions, but I've never heard of self-accountability. Me being accountable to myself. How is it possible?
It's very possible being self-accountable, and it only takes a person who is so positive about every situation in life. A person who wants to get somewhere. That person is self-accountable. Is always checking, keeping a record of self. What have I achieved from such a time up to this time? How did I achieve? How did I fail? And that person is very easy to adjust, to correct himself or herself. He is self-responsible. You are not responsible to someone else. You are self-accountable. You answer to yourself. You correct yourself. When you make mistakes, you correct yourself. You don't need somebody to correct you. So this is how self-accountability works. When someone is self-accountable, that person is very easy to achieve goals.
You are answerable to yourself, not to anyone, but to yourself.
Yeah.
Mandipa, I don't know how it is to yourself. You don't have anyone to answer but yourself. When you have failed, you have yourself to answer. When you have succeeded, you have yourself also to answer. This is getting exciting.
Just a good example, it's very fun with our kids, those who have kids at their homes. When they come back from school, they have the homework to do at home. But the moment they get home, their focus is on television. Their focus is on playing with their friends, forgetting that they are supposed to do their work on time. And sometimes they forget completely until the following day in the morning when they're preparing to go to school. Why? Because they're not responsible for themselves. We as parents are responsible for our kids. We are answerable to our kids. So we are the ones who stand in the gap helping them to be responsible. So we are supposed to teach them, when you come back from school, after eating, sit down, do your work. But when you don't do that, they also fail to be responsible because of their age, because of their maturity. So self-accountability also takes maturity.
Maturity.
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes maturity to nurture this baby in beauty excellence.
Yes.
Wow.
As you mentioned it last week, that this is a baby. It needs you to nurture. You cannot nurture something if you're not matured enough. Hey, this is getting hotter. Like, I'm getting hot in my seat right now. The information is just amazing. So I guess we're only on the second question. This get me wonder, if we get into the third question, how is it gonna be? Because already we are loaded with information. Moving on. There are dimensions of inbuilt excellence. Pastor D, explain to us what is meant by this, having dimensions of inbuilt excellence.
What we are only talking about, there's things that build up, that help us attain this inbuilt excellence. And there are quite a number of them. And we have discipline, we have self-evaluation, which helps us to attain the inbuilt excellence. We have commitment, attitude, focus, beliefs, and so on and so on. So these contribute to the achievement of inbuilt excellence.
Okay. So dimensions contribute, they push rather inbuilt excellence. So let's start with commitment. I just love starting with commitment. I don't know. I need to feel committed right now. Yes, can you shed light on commitment, Mom?
When you talk of commitment, commitment is just like sacrificing yourself in doing something. It could not be easy when you commit yourself to something. It takes your effort. It takes passion for one to be committed. It takes one with vision to be committed. It takes one with goals to be committed. Commitment needs most of your time. So one has to be self-disciplined on time. Time is a precious thing. Once it's gone, it cannot come back. A day wasted is time wasted. It's money wasted. It's wealth wasted. So commitment matters most on the dimensions of inbuilt excellence. You cannot achieve anything without being committed.
Wow. Also, a day without you doing something, excellency is wasted. So it means I'm supposed to be committed to what I'm doing, no matter how small it is. I'm supposed to be committed. So this means that when you want to achieve excellency, you don't have to mind the time you're putting in. You have to put more time, committing yourself to that thing until you have achieved that certain thing. You are supposed to be ready to sacrifice your time.
Yeah, and planning as well.
Okay.
You commit to your plan. You don't just commit yourself to but you have the plan first. Where you are going to commit yourself to, and according to your plan, that's when you allocate your time. A day has 24 hours, but some may commit to work for 12 hours. Some may want to commit it to work for 8 hours. So it all depends with your plan. You lay out your plan. You work on your time, you distribute your time, how you're going to commit yourself to work, what time are you going to commit yourself to other things, to your family, leisure time, and work time. So that's how we are supposed to deal with commitment. We must have our plan first, layout of our plan, how you're going to spend your day.
I'm loving the way we are moving. It's an inborn talent. Yes. It's a vision. It's a purpose. You adapt. You do self-accountability. You move on to commitment. I'm loving the chain of...
And with a dull mind, you cannot commit yourself. Yes, you need this open mind, a sharp mind, an intelligent mind. Then you commit yourself. But with this dull mind, all things are dull to it.
Failure to plan, failure for you to achieve success. From what you've mentioned, Pastor D, you said something about attitude and focus as one of the dimensions of inbuilt excellence. Can you explain for us?
Attitude and focus, they go hand in hand. They're like brother and sister. Yeah, they intertwine. An attitude will tell it all. It's just like somebody when he's going into an exam. Someone will get into an exam already with a failing attitude already, telling himself or yourself, I don't think I'm going to pass this examination. I've heard so many people saying physics is a very difficult subject. You see already this negative attitude. Do you expect that person to pass? No, you don't. Because of the attitude he already has towards that particular exam, towards that particular subject. So attitude matters most. It also contributes to achieving the set goal.
Yes.
And you know, when you don't focus, there's no way you're going to achieve. When you are focusing, I was looking at those cameramen, the video men. When they focus on a certain object they want to capture, sometimes they use this this zoom thing. They zoom the object they want to capture, pulling it closer, drawing it closer, so that they have the full picture. You know, you see. So when you focus, you have to zoom that which you want to achieve. Zoom it so that it comes closer to you, and it will be very easy for you to achieve. So your attitude and to focus will attain results for you.
Wow. Now, zooming it. I like the aspect of zooming. I think I need to zoom this inbuilt excellence because I need it. Mom, this is rather maybe the question that I'm going to ask, the last question before we close. This is a question that many people would ask because it dwells in our community. These are the things that are happening right now in our community. It's based on commitment rather and vision. I'm saying my family, from my great-grandfather, they've been doctors. My father, doctor. My mother, doctor. So they want me, they're expecting me to be a doctor. But you are seeing that this is not my focus. This is not where my vision lies. So where do I commit? Do I commit to my vision or do I commit to my family?
It's very important to commit to your vision. When you commit yourself to that which you want, it's very certain that you will achieve. Unlike fulfilling other people's desires. Remember, it is very important every day to follow your heart. You must follow your heart. Respect your heart. What you feel you are interested in. That which is on your heart. When you wake up every day, you feel I want to do this. The following day, I want to do this. The next day, I want to do this. Respect your heart. Follow your heart. And you will achieve.
Follow your heart and you will achieve. And also don't forget to zoom it closer to you until it's closer. That's why it's quite easier for you to achieve it.
You know, Nyasha, this is the time where we get, it's a heartbreaking time where we get to just say goodbye. But it is an important time as well, as this is the time where one gets to reflect, one gets to go and act upon what they have been told, one gets to go and reminisce on the deposits that have been installed in us. For I agree, this is a software that has been installed in us. So we need to work on it. We need to zoom on it. So to our viewers, thank you very much for watching. And Pastor Doren, I must say, this was a very empowering moment.
Thank you so much.
Where we get to learn from you and we get to experience an empowering mind and enriching. To our viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. Keep liking and sharing our videos. This is the Doren Makomo Show. I'm Mandipa.
Nyasha,
Signing out.